Watch out, it's me.
Hey.
Oh, I hung
Hey.
the hat up. Okay.
I'm really proud of you, Desmond. But,
What?
Well, now she has to go.
we're still here, aren't we?
Oh.
Man, I hope I'm not stuck in here forever.
Time will tell. Patience and grace. Here. I think you can handle what's in your locked
cool.
room now. If you have any unfinished business, take care of it and meet me on the roof when you're ready.
Okay. So where did they say my bedroom was? No, stop giving me the cues for... I'm using a mouse and keyboard for the love
Time
of God.
for some music.
For the locked room in my apartment, like, I guess that was downstairs, because it totally said when I picked it up where my apartment was. Because this one was not my apartment, correct? Or maybe it was. Let's check it out. We're going to assume this one's my apartment. I know I knew ages ago, 44 hours ago. And to be fair, I do appreciate when games give you the option to go back and finish up your collectibles. Am I Alan? Oh, am I dead? Oh no, that's just the blanket. I thought that was like fucking a corpse being covered. What's on my mind? What isn't? I don't feel good. Death. There's an odd smell in the building. I miss her. The weight of the world. You know, the huge. Desmond, please don't hate me for this. I know you'd say you wouldn't, but I know you. You gave me 4 years for which I am eternally grateful. The time we spent together means the world to me, and I know it did for you as well, despite everything. Big but coming. But I just can't do it anymore. I want happiness, Desmond. Happiness. I know it comes from a good place, but your overprotectiveness of me and your increasing paranoia about who knows what at the moment are making me crazy and doubtful. You are so special, so smart, and so loving, but you sometimes can't see past your own emotions and problems, more often than not. How can you be there for me when you're barely able to leave your own head? I sometimes question how you ever end up choosing a career being there for other people. I love you, Desmond. I'm sorry. Take care of Tanya. Magdalena. That's pretty heavy. I don't really know what to say to that. Because, I'm gonna be honest, if I received that kind of a letter, it would probably throw me into a very serious mental health situation. All right. So the patient named Tanya Couch Potato Wales. She's 10 in human years. Mild kittenhood trauma stemming from possible abandonment, abnormal levels of laziness that sometimes border on clinical lack of motivation to move and or care about her surroundings, suspected borderline personality disorder. Showed up at my door on a rainy night some 9.5 years ago, frail and malnourished, talkative and sweet. She seemed unharmed and that she'd either been lost, forgotten, or thrown out. I decided since she was kind enough to choose me, I shall take her in and nourish her back to health. Somewhat unknown origins. Catatonia, I get it, displays the kind of regal behavior that likely links her to a long lineage of royalty dating back to ancient Egypt. Using my very best judgment, I'd say she's either a direct descendant of Bastet or the very soul of the feline goddess herself who has bestowed the honor of care upon yours truly. Prone to occasional freezing. What the hell just fell over in my household? Tanya, unless that fell over in the game, Tanya will sometimes stand perfectly still as if in a catatonic state. She exhibited this behavior often as a kitten and less often as she reached adulthood and relaxed into her surroundings. This demon wizard trapped in a cat's body has definite magic powers. 10 years into our relationship, and I've yet to understand how she can melt my heart and soften my mind with a single look of adoration, a single meow. As a cat lover, I love that. Desmond Wales, a thought experiment laced with beer. So it's his own notes about himself. He's 41 years old and he's paradoxically paranoid. Patient is following the good psychological practice of self-analysis. Patient considered finding a third-party professional, but ultimately decided that this could result in unwanted prying into a past best left alone. Following the death and disappearance of several people under his care, Patient has come to seriously question his methods and whether or not he is also at risk. A very, very valid question. If you had 4 of your clients die when you were their therapist, yes, you'd want to make sure you were not inadvertently harming them. Patient has difficulty reconciling with the fact that no matter how much he works on himself, it won't bring Magdalena back. I just have to turn off my flashlight. True dat, though. Born and raised in Milton Haven, the only child of Jack and Melinda Wales, undergrad in neurology and semiotics from the State College, graduated with honors, medical school, residency, likes long walks on the beach and being bad at video games. My God. I like being bad at video games. Patient has doubts about the methodology of his treatment. Is he providing his patients with the best possible professional advice, or is he consciously or subconsciously driving them to self-destruction? Patient's mind is consumed with worry for his own safety. What if what happened to them will happen to me? Is danger lurking at every corner? It's a very good concern. Magdalena once told me that I'm incapable of taking care of my own issues since I'm always knee-deep in other people's problems. Assuming she's correct, how do I change that about myself? Should I? I like the should of it all. My dearest Tanya, my heart is heavy with grief. The void you have left behind is unexpected. Words alone cannot describe how sorry I am for my actions. My ignorance of the toxic relationship between the cat and the lily flower has left me a smarter man who feels like a fool. Was that too poetic or complicated for me to understand? I sit in my office, slipping into memories of you knocking shit off my table and looking to me for affirmation. Thoughts of you sitting beside me, curiously listening to the troubles of others and helping them by accepting their flaws and letting them pet you, are and forever will be priceless memories. Thank you, my dear friend, for countless days of playful calm, for reciprocated love, and for choosing me. Desmond. Are these paintings symbolic of the 4... I don't know. It's just especially because of the red slash there. We got the 4 clients and then ourselves? Maybe? Maybe not. I usually tend to think that, especially in game design, game design and set design, these things are put there for a reason, right?
Time for some music.
All right, what's this? I'm going to give you a sec here if you want to pause and read Virginia Rule. She had a personality disorder and past injury trauma. Alan Shore. He had a nightmare disorder. Oh my God, I wasn't expecting that. Phobia of the dark and schizotypal traits. Max Nygaard. I'm just a little louder and closer in case that music's pretty loud. Intermittent explosive disorder with narcissistic tendencies. I might read that myself later after I've paused it myself. And Lucas had PTSD, suspected delusions, and paranoid tendencies. Oh, I thought maybe it would keep going as we went up there. A second original song. Oh, there's the radar dish. Does that mean we can see the lighthouse too? I don't want to jump off the edge. Okay, good, it won't let me. Yeah, there's the lighthouse. I don't see Homa Mart.
I wish this ending could have been a happier one.
Me too.
But
life doesn't work that way.
Yeah, we don't always
Getting
get a
rid
happy
of me
ending.
will be the challenge of a lifetime. You may have won the battle, but you've only saved yourself. Agent Rainbow is still out there, and you are powerless to stop what's coming.
Don't listen to him. He's afraid because he knows exactly what you're capable of.
what am I capable of?
Time will tell. Patience and grace.
So, this is goodbye?
You said goodbye before. I wouldn't lose any sleep on it.
I'm sorry. It was my fault. I should have known.
You did your best. You loved me, and that's all I ever cared about. Besides, I live on. In your head, so that's something.
Thank you, Tanya. For everything.
Just remember that cats are very good at hiding that they're sick. If that's being
You're a
applied,
real
what
cool
happens? I'm sure she is,
Yeah.
but this model is a real freaky cat. This was very satisfying. I very much enjoyed this game. There were a couple growing pains that were very annoying / tricky for me. And some of the puzzles were very complicated. I definitely solved a couple just through complete brute force. But this was really cool, and these developers are very supportive of people recording and sharing this stuff. So I'm going to keep an eye out, have a look at what else they've made, and pay attention to any new releases that they have, which is, there we go. No, I want to skip. Which one would A be? Maybe clicking? No? Well, my controller's plugged in. Let's skip it and see what happens.
Desmond! Desmond, can you hear me?
Is that Lucas?
Are you in there? Damn it.
I would play a sequel if they made one.
Desmond! You're breathing. Yes. I heard you, man. I heard you in the back of my mind. My goodness, what did you do to this place? Judging by the package on the table, I guess they got to you before I did. Bastards. You'll be all right, my friend. Rest. And when you feel better, we'll take the fight to them.